I'm back. Or I never left. I'm just always here. Today we're doing a review assignment, fractions, multiplication, and division. Assignment 5 in this subject. And it's a review, getting ready for our test this week. It's going to have multiplication, division, whole numbers, fractions, mixed numbers. Should be a good one. Stay tuned. Remember to use the timestamp in the video description below. Don't watch the whole video, just the portions that you need. Let's math it up. Okay. We're ready to go? Are you ready? Got a drink? Got your pencil? Got your paper? Got your math worksheet? Worksheet? I hope so. I'm ready. Let's get into this. As you can see, if you were working on ID 3, you got quite a few questions, but they're not super difficult. Maybe towards the end they get a little more difficult. The first chunk, it's solving the following, and we start off with some multiplication of whole numbers times fractions, and I'm going to walk you through how I do these. Right, 1a. I always like to, ooh, that's a thick pencil. I always like to draw the number 1 underneath just to be a placeholder, because then we can see clearly things are lining up. This fraction is going to be 1 times 3, right? Top number, numerators, which will be 3 times, and 4 times 1, the bottom, which will be 3/4. That will be our answer. 1 times 3, 3 times 4, 4 times 1, 3/4. 1b. Now, again, we're going to write this with a fraction, 2/1. We're going to multiply the numerators. We're going to get our answer, which will be 2/3, 2/3. Not too difficult. 1c. Right over 1, multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms. We're going to go 2 times 5 is 10 over 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Now, we have one step here before we can move forward. So this step is turning this into a mixed number, or simplifying this by making it a proper fraction and a whole number. So we're going to say there's 3 groups of 3 in 10, and it's going to leave us 3 and 1/3 as our final answer. Simplified final answer. 1d. Once again, I always like writing these over 1. Whenever you get a whole number, write it over 1. It just makes it so much easier. It's just a placeholder. It makes it visually easier to multiply across. You're not going to make that mistake. 4 times 4, that's going to be 16. 5 times 1, it's going to be 5. That's a weird 5. I'm going to leave it. How many groups of 5 are in 16? There are 3 groups of 5 in 16, which leaves us with 3 and 1/5 as our answer. Hurrah. Moving on to D. Move on to 2a. Now, same type of questions. They're whole number and fraction, but they are now division. We're now dividing. So instead of multiplying, we're dividing. But you all know, if you got to this point in these worksheets, that we are going to use the reciprocal of the divisor and then multiply. I'll show you. We're going to do our keep, flip, change, or keep, change, flip, however you want to, whatever order you want to talk about it in. So we're going to go, once again, write it over 1. 5/1 divided by 4/5. We're going to rewrite this equation as 5/1 multiplied by 5/4. We're going to do that as 25, multiply numerators over 4. How many groups do we have now? So 4 goes into 25 6 times for a total of 24 with one remainder. So 1/4, 6 and 1/4 will be our answer. It's always funny. I always do my stuff so confidently, and then students in class will be like, Mr. Pearce, you were wrong on your video. They don't sound like that. They sound like regular people, but you know, sometimes I make mistakes. It's always good to check your answers on the bottom. Let's look at 2B. Let's write this over 1. So now this is helpful now because we're going to be flipping top to bottom. So it's nice to have that placeholder in there. All right. Let's rewrite our fraction as the reciprocal multiplied by the reciprocal. So this is going to be 4/9 multiplied by 1/4. So we're going to say equals 4 over, it's 9 times 4, 36. Does 4 go into 36? Let's back up. Whatever. Let's do that here. We can divide the top and bottom by 4, and this is going to equal 1/9. So yes, 4 goes into 36. But what I should have done is I should have simplified this here. I can find the GCF of this and this, and then that would have been 1. Yeah, got my answer without having to do this step here. Either way, we got here, and that's fine. Question 2C. Let's write this over 1. Let's write our equation, right? We do keep, flip, change. We keep our 6/1, 6 over 1. We change our symbol to multiplication, and we flip our fraction, our divisor, to 5/3, and we're going to multiply across. And this time I'm going to remember, is there a way to factor out numbers from the top and the bottom? And there is, right here. You can divide that by 3, get 1. You can divide this by 3 and get 2, and that's going to make our answer more simple. So it's going to be equal to 10 over 1, which will be equal to 10. Final answer. 2C is 10. Let's write this over 1. Let's write our reciprocal, keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep the 6/8. We're going to change to multiplication, and we're going to write it as 1/4, and then we can simplify. Okay, well, let's do this one first. Let's go simplify, divide here by 2 and here by 2, which is going to give us 3/4. All right, that's all we can do. So now let's multiply across. It's going to be 3/16. You cannot simplify that anymore. 3/16 will be your answer. Question set number 3. Let's go to our slide cam. All right. Question set number 3 is going to read 3 times 4, 3/4 times 4/6. And we always want to be looking for opportunities to factor out the GCF between top numbers and bottom numbers. It can be any numerator and any denominator as long as we are crossing the line on top to bottom. So in this case, we can factor out here and factor out here before, in advance. This is always a strong strategy. So let's divide this by 4 and this by 4, and this is going to equal 1 and 1. We can divide this by 3 and this by 3, which will be 1 and 2. So this, now look how simple this is. 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 2 is 2. 1/2, that's our answer. So that's why this is such a strong strategy, factoring out before any multiplication. All right, B to 3B. No factoring out here. The answer's pretty straightforward. It's going to be 1 times 1 and 3 times 5. 1/15th, final answer. That's it. 1/3 times 1/5 is 1/15th. There will be some factoring out here. This is going to be equal to, let's say this is divided by 2. That's a weird 2. 2. This is divided by 2. Cross that out to be 3. Cross that out to be 2. 5 and 5 can both be divided by their greatest common factor, which is 5. And we're going to be 2/3 is our answer. 1 times 2 and 3 times 1. All right. This one, when we look at our numbers, can we factor anything out? So yeah, right here, those two I can factor. I can simplify those two. Divide both by 3. And that leaves us with 1/2, which makes that easier. And then we go 7/16. Final answer. 7/16. 4. Already on to number 4 here. 4A. Division. Same type of questions, but now we're doing division. 4A. So we'll do keep, flip, change. We'll rewrite our next statement, which will be keeping 4/5 together, changing our symbol to multiplication, and then multiplying by 3/1, because we flipped and used the reciprocal of the divisor, 1/3. Can we simplify? Nope. 12/5. That can simplify to 2 and 2/5. Final answer. Yay, did it. B. 3B? Is it 3? 4B. 4B. Let's write our new statement. Keep our 2/5. Change to multiplication. Flip to 5/4. And simplify. So we can divide this by 5 to make 1. And we do the same thing to the bottom. If you do it to the top, you got to do it to the bottom. Oh, we can do it, divide by 2 here, which is 1. Divide by 2 here, which is 2. So our answer is going to be 1/2. Beauty. 1/2 is our answer. The 4C, let's do our keep, flip, change, keep, change, flip. We're going to go 6/7 times 3/2, and we can divide by 2, which will be 1/3. 9/7 will be our answer, which can simplify to 1 2/7. That's final answer. All right. Let's go to our next question. D. Let's go put D down here below us. So we have 3/5 times 3, they're divided by 3/8. So once again, we're going to go keep our 3/5, change to multiplication, flip to 8/3, cancel out our common factors, and we get 8/5 when we multiply across, which simplifies to 1 and 3/5. That's it. 5. 5a. Try and not cover the camera. 5a. Okay, 5a is... Okay, extra steps here. Show you what I do. Why don't I just get out of your way altogether? So what I'm going to do is convert this into a improper fraction first. So the improper fraction is going to be 5 times 3, which is 15. And we're going to add that 15 to the 3, which will make it 18. So the 15, the 3, and the 3, it's all done, and we have 18 on that side. So now we're looking for common factors because we're multiplying. We don't need to keep flip change. We're multiplying already. Common factors. 6 and 18 have a common factor. And that is 6. So that's going to become 1. And 18 is 3. And now I'm going to go 3 times 4, which is 12 fifths, right? Because 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 1 is 5. Now I'm left with an improper fraction, which I will use my how many groups method. I don't know if it's much of a method. It's more of just a common routine. How many groups of 5 can I make from 12? 2 groups. How many are remaining? 2 out of 5. That's it. 2 and 2/5 is our answer. 5B. Okay, let's go 5B, and let's go 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. So that is all irrelevant. We have 12/5. So 1 times 12. All right, so I see common here. 3 divided by 3. That's 1 here. Divide by 3 on the top. That's 4. So we have 4/5 will be our answer. 4/5. Simple multiplication. 1 times 4. 1 times 5. C. 5C. Oh, double. Do this in red. So we have 6 times 4, 24, plus 1, 25. Cross those numbers out. We have 25/6. We're going to multiply 3 times 5, which is 15. 15 plus 3 is 18. That we do not need. We have 25/5 times 25/6 times 18/5. Oh, wow, that's a big number. Big brain. But do I actually need to have a big brain to do this? Now, do I need to have a big brain to multiply these? Kind of. Or a calculator. Or if we break it up into simpler parts, like we've been talking about this whole time, this is when the factoring out early has such a beneficial effect. What we're going to do is we're going to factor out and find the GCF of this number and this number, which is 6. This is going to be 3. This is going to be 1. GCF of 5, right? Divide this by 5. It's 1. Divide this by 5 equals 5. So we have 5 times 3, which is 15 over 1, which is equal to 15. So our answer is 15. That's it. Bump over to D. Wonderful. All right. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 3 is 21. Don't need these anymore. 21 sixths. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 6 is 20. Okay, we do not need these anymore. Now we have 21 sixths times 20 sevenths. Now, of course, what we can do here is factor out, divide those two by 7, which equals 1 and 3. Half the battle. The next two can both be divided by 2, which gives us 3 tenths. So our answer is going to be 30 thirds. Oh, I didn't simplify fully. 3 and 3 can be simplified, but now I can divide by 3. I'll just do it at the end because I missed one. It's a great example of what happens sometimes. We made it simple, but we missed our last one, and we can just do it after, which gives us 10 over 1, which is 10. Our answer is 10. 6, division. So the same kind of stuff we've been talking about with an extra twist. Multiply, that's 18. 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. We don't need those. And we're going to divide that by 1/3. But of course, we're going to rewrite this as 21 over 6 times 3 over 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to factor out 3 to get 2 and 1. And our answer is going to, oops, funny. Our answer is going to be 21 over 2, which is equal to 10 and 1/2. Final answer. 6B. 6B is, all right, same type of problem here. Multiply 20 plus 4, 24. We don't need these anymore. 24 is, oh, now let's rewrite it as our reciprocal. 2/5, keep, change to multiplication, flip to 5/24. Okay, so right off the hop, I see 5 and 5 can be reduced, and 2 and 24 can be reduced. The answer is going to be 1/12. Um, 6C. No, not orange. Red. Multiplied. 21. 21 plus 6 is 27. We don't need those things anymore. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oops, 14. 1 times 14 is 14 plus 2, 16. And I don't need those anymore. 16. Simplify. Can we simplify? Can we simplify? Oh, let's not simplify just yet, actually. We have to change this into a reciprocal multiplication sentence. So we want to... We want to keep 27 over 7. We want to flip, change our fraction to, or multiplication, change to multiplication, and then have 14 16ths on the bottom. 14 16ths? Yeah, no. Yeah, that's right. Just double check my answer. Okay, let's cancel out here. So 7, we can divide by 7, which equals 1 and 2. And then we can, this will be equal to 54 16ths. Oh, I could simplify that. Okay, divide by 2. Divide by 2. Nice to simplify opportunity. Then we're going to 50. It'll be back down to 27 eighths, and then 3, and that would leave 3 eighths remaining. All right, last one. It's amazing. Is my Apple Pencil gonna last through it? 5 times 5 is 25. Plus 3, 28. Don't need those anymore. 4 times 8 is 30. 4 times 8 is 32. Plus 3 is 35. Don't need those. They're all crossed out. Let's rewrite our fraction statement. So we have, this will be equal to 28 over 5 times 8 over 35. Oh my gosh. Common factors? Common factors? No? Okie doke. All right, well, let's do this. 2 times 8 is 16, so that's 160. 8 times 8 is 64. 160 plus 64, 124. 124. No, that's not right. 224. Okay, 5 times 35. 5 times 3 is 15. So that's 150. 5 times 30 is 150. 5 times 5 is 25. 175. Now both these are divisible by 3. But I'm going to stick it by 2 first. No, it doesn't divide by 2. Derp. No, that's not divisible by 3. All right, well, that'll be one group, and 30 something over 175. 124. Maybe 49. 49 over 175. Oh my gosh. I'm like confused here. God, did I do something wrong? It's always a fun way to end it. Oh man, what? That's what's wrong. That's what it is. See, I made this so much more difficult than it should be. I'm trying to mental math it up. Okay. All right, D. Let's try this again. We're going to go through this again. We're going to multiply by 5 to get 25 plus 3, 28. We're going to multiply by 4 times 8, which is 32, plus 3 is 35. We don't need that or that anymore. Let's use our black marker here. This is going to be, keep 28 over 5 multiplied, change, by 8 over 35. Now this is the trick here. GCF is not 6, it is 7. GCF is 7. That's going to be 4, and that's going to be 5. 4 times 8 is 32, and 5 times 5 is 25, and then you have a group of 25 in there, so it's going to be 1 and 7 25ths. Look how much easier that was. Oh my goodness. Do it that way. That's it. That's it. We are done. It's the only effect I have. I don't know. All right. That's what math's all about. You make a mistake and you're like, why did the, and then you think about it and you go back and you got to change it. Something about that didn't sit right with me and I fixed it. Remember to always keep mathing it up. Goodbye.